Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I feel a bit weird doing a proper sit down video because I haven't done that in such a long time, but I thought I would just show you everything I thrifted in Barcelona, and it's honestly quite a lot of clothes, so I'm not going to talk too much in the beginning. But for those of you who don't know me, I'm Käthe and I studied abroad in Barcelona for 1 semester, so I spent around 5 months there, and I love thrifting, so obviously it was a no-brainer that I would check out a lot of thrift stores there. And I also accumulated quite some stuff that I'm going to show you today. I will sort everything by the thrift stores, so you always know which thrift store I bought the things in. And without further ado, let's just start with the video. Oh, and just a quick thing. If you like my clothing rack in the background, I did film a tutorial on how I build it and I will link it up here, and you can check it out. Okay, first up we're gonna start with not a store but a flea market. You find several Instagram pages that promote these flea markets and it's very easy to find out when is happening what. But I went to one flea market that is in this big hall. I forgot the name of it. I will put the location up here, so you can hopefully find the event, but I'm sadly not sure anymore how it was called. But it was a flea market where you paid, I think, €2 of entry and then everything inside of it was €1, which is an amazing concept. But I will say you need to be there earlier than the time it starts, because there will be a line in front of the store, and I feel like you only find like good stuff if you are one of the first people who enter the venue. But enough with the information, let me show you what I bought there. First up, I bought this, I think it's a children's shirt. It says "Nothing but love" and I absolutely adore it. I think it looks super cool with just a baggy pair of jeans, and I usually just tuck it under my bra to make it a cropped shirt. And this was, as I said, €1. And we're gonna continue with like very neutral colors. I also bought this very thin pullover in grey. And it's honestly right now only my sleeping pullover, because I'm a person, I love sleeping in like long sleeved stuff. But I still think it's like quite nice because it's very thin and flowy. And I thought for €1 you can't go wrong with like such a basic pullover. And the last thing I bought from that flea market is this maxi skirt. It is from like a jersey fabric and it's very soft and flowy. And it has on both sides a slit, so when you walk your legs peek through, and I really like that. So it was like such a great buy. The only thing is, it is a little bit see-through, so depending on what you're wearing underneath it, you will see it. But I started wearing it with biker shorts underneath and it is totally fine. Now we're talking about the actual stores. And I will start with my favorite one, which is Humana. You can find stuff that is a bit more pricier there, but usually I would say it is very good priced and it's not too expensive. The Humanas in Barcelona have a sale at the end of each month to get rid of all of the clothes in the store and to bring new clothes in for the new month. So if you are in Barcelona at the end or the beginning of a new month, definitely check out the dates for the big sale, because it starts at I think around 70% off of everything and it goes down to €1 for everything in the store. It's also the store where I bought the most clothes of, so we're just gonna start. First up, I have this oversized, very soft pullover. It is dark blue, almost black, and it has like this colorful logo on the front. And I really like the material of this one. It is quite long, but I usually tuck it in my pants so that it doesn't look like a dress. I don't remember all of the prices, but if I do, I will just mention them. And I think this one was around €10. This one I think I bought in one of the sales, so I think it was like €6, so not very much. It's just this dark green knitted pullover with some brown lines on it, and it's very cute for fall. In my last week in Barcelona, I bought this bright red pullover because I needed it for a carnival costume, and I wanted to buy something that I would also wear like normally, and I absolutely love it. It's very bright. I usually don't buy such bright colors. As you can see in the background, it's all very natural and muted, but I really enjoy this bright red. And I think this one was €15, maybe 18. Like, it was definitely under 20. That's all I remember. Okay, so Next up we have this white bag. I think it costs 16 euros and I wear it pretty much every day. It has like the perfect size. It fits a water bottle, it fits my camera with a tiny tripod in it. It fits my phone, my money, everything. So yeah, this was definitely one of my favorite buys from Barcelona because I use it so much. Another thing that I absolutely love and wear so often is this jeans vest. And if you remember in my, I think it was in my very first Barcelona vlog, in my second one, I bought this for 5 euros, which I think is an amazing price. And I wasn't really sure how to wear it and what to do with it. But now I've figured out my like favorite go-to outfits with it and I wear it at least once a week. Next up we have this green vest. How do you call this thing? It is out of yarn and it's very soft. And I think this was around 15 euros, maybe a bit less. Then we're coming to a bit more basic pieces. I also bought a very basic black turtleneck because the one I had holes in it. So I bought this one for 6 euros or 7. Under 10. I don't really have much to say about it. It's a basic and grey turtleneck. I think you can't really go wrong with a black turtleneck. And then I also bought this like jacket. This one, whoops. This one was I think around 15 to 18 euros, not really sure. And it's like this grey beige color with these blue details under the arms. And I usually wear it around the house because it's very cozy. And I think my last item from Humana are these pants. They're in this like felt fabric and they're in a very dark grey. I gotta say, I haven't worn these ones yet. They fit very well, it's just that I'm not really sure what to do with the dark grey. I know dark grey isn't like a very hard color to style, but for some reason I feel like everything I have in my closet doesn't really match this grey or doesn't really match the style because it looks quite formal. So I'm a bit unsure how to style it, but I will figure it out and I'll get some more wear out of it. I realized I do have another piece from Humana and it is this orange pullover with this like feathery details. I'm not really sure how you call it. It also is like very uncomfortable on the neckline and on the arms because it pokes into my skin. Like I don't know how it's been sewn onto here, but something in here is just poking me all the time. But nevertheless, I love wearing this piece because it's such a unique thing. I think it costs around 16 euros. So I feel like that's also a good price for like such a special clothing item. And I just absolutely love the pattern on this one. And also the feathery thing up here makes it like very cool and just different from everything I own. Okay, but now that was all from Humana and I'm gonna continue with a store. I forgot the name, but I will put it up here. And in that store, I think it's Mahalo Vintage. Oh my god, if I'm correct, I'm so proud of myself. But I just bought these Adidas sweatpants in there because I needed some warmer pants for sleeping because it got really cold in the beginning of December and our heater didn't work, so I needed to stock up on something warmer than I brought with me. And now these are like my favorite pair of sweatpants. I think they look super cool. They have like this kind of shiny material. I love the color of it, I love the fit of it. I just love them. Okay, we made it to the last thrift store, which is also one that I really love. I think if I would just rate the stores by clothing item, this one would be my favorite store. But it is pricier than any other store that I've been to, so that's why it kind of got some minus points. But the store I'm talking about is Urban Vintage, and it is a more curated vintage store. It has a lot more like Y2K vintage stuff. And it has some very cool and unique pieces, but that's also what makes it a bit more pricey. But I feel like the things that I'm gonna show you aren't actually that pricey. I think I found like pretty good stuff that makes it look like it's quite cheap. It's not super expensive, but I felt like some of the clothing items were like priced a bit on the more expensive side. But I'm gonna start with the more boring pieces, and I bought 2 of these like crop tops, and I just really like them like to go clubbing in, and also they're just good basic pieces to have. But each of them costs 20 euros, which I felt like was pretty expensive for just a crop top that is secondhand. But I've been looking for these kind of tops for I think 1.5 years, and I only found them in this price range or even more expensive, because these are like, at the time I was looking for them, they were like very trendy. So obviously everyone on also Vinted sold them for more money, so that's why in the end I just bought them, even though I thought it was a little bit expensive for what it is, but I knew that I would wear them quite often because these are like such basic items. And now we're talking about the last two pieces, which are also one of my favorite pieces, and I'm gonna start with these pants. These are wider on the bottom and they fit perfectly, and they're also low-waisted, which I was a bit unsure in the beginning because I haven't really worn low-waisted pants before that, but now I absolutely love it and they just fit super well. And I think these pants also cost 20 euros. So that's kind of what I mean, like I feel like this for 20 euros is quite expensive, but these pants for 20 euros I felt like was like an okay price. So yeah, it's like a hit or miss in the store. But yeah, these are the pants that I absolutely adore and wear weekly. And then the last item is this tiny scarf. It is knitted and it is in this beautiful green color. I love green so much. So it was really not a question if I should buy it or not. It was pretty clear that I will take this home. I also really like the more fuzzy ends of the scarf. It just looks very cool, and I usually just wear it very casual like that, and I just love it. And this scarf cost 10 euros, so I also feel like that's a pretty good price. Okay, I hope I didn't forget any clothing items, but this was, hopefully, fingers crossed, everything I thrifted in Barcelona. Some more thrift stores that I wanted to mention that aren't included in here because I just didn't find anything is the thrift store Flamingos. There are also quite a few of them spread out in Barcelona, and I feel like they do have quite a lot of good stuff, but I just didn't find anything in the time I was there. Another thrift store that I wanted to mention is La Principal. I think they have 2 stores in Barcelona. They also make their own shirts, which were my favorite, and I sadly forgot to go there one last time because I really wanted to buy one of the self-made shirts that they do, but I just forgot. So if you're there, please buy me one of those cool shirts. So yeah, these are 2 stores that I wanted to mention. It is so weird pronouncing something in Spanish in an English sentence, but I started the sentence so many times because my Spanish sounds weird. Anyways, there are also a lot of thrift stores in the Calle de Tallers, and I will put it up here, and you can just stroll through that street and there are tons of secondhand stores. I do feel like they all have kind of the same things, and they're all very dark and not so much fun to thrift in, but it's definitely a street that you can check out if you're into thrifting, and I'm sure you will find a store that you like. Okay, I hope I didn't forget anything I wanted to say, but if you've been to Barcelona or maybe you even live there, please let some recommendations for some more thrift stores down below in the comments so we can help each other out and have an even better list of good stores that we can visit. And with that being said, we've reached the end of this video. I hope you really liked it, and if you did, don't forget to give it a like and also consider subscribing to my channel. It would mean a lot to me, and I will see you next week with a new video. Bye! Ugh, I can't. I sat so straight. I'm not used to sitting straight like that. My back hurts. Anyways, I also bought this mug in Barcelona.